Today, your goal is I discuss volume as the amount of space an object occupies. So, for the past few weeks, we've talked about 3D objects and the fact that not all of them are squares, some of them are triangular prisms or tetrahedrons. And so, all of those have space that they take up, and we can't just use our volume formula. And volume can be measured in many ways. So, today, we're just going to make some predictions and think about volume. So looking at this palette, I want you to estimate how many pieces of paper are on this palette. Now to do this, I want you to do a too low, a good, and a too high. And then we're going to go back to it as we get more information, and I want you to think about how your estimate has changed. So we are talking in reference to numbers of pieces of paper. So how much space in terms of paper does this take up? So not in times of length times width times height, but how much space if we were to count sheets of paper. So each row has 8 boxes of paper. Each box of paper contains a package of paper. So what does that mean? That means each one of these rows with the pink and white, 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 so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, has exactly 8 boxes of paper. Okay, so now, how can you change your estimate? I changed my estimate because I realized that if I only had 8 pieces of paper accounted for, I probably thought far too few. All right. So now we have more information. A palette of boxes has reams of paper. Each box contains reams of paper. Each box is 2 reams wide, 5 reams tall. So how does this change your estimate? So a ream is like a pack of paper. So this is telling us that each one has 10 packs of paper. So you know it has 10 packs of paper, and we know that there are 8 of these in each. So 10 times 8 would be 800. So there are at least 800 reams of paper, but how many pieces of paper do you think are in a ream? Now, each box contains reams of paper. Each ream contains 500 pieces of paper. How does that change your estimate? So the big thing is to think about that volume isn't necessarily just length times width times height or how many cubes go into each thing. The big thing is to remember that volume can be measured in many ways. You as a 3D object take up various amounts of space just based upon the fact that you occupy it. Now the way we measure that is very different because we do not have cubes that fit into us. So your job today is to practice thinking about volume in different shape figures by doing your ST math. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your work.